the wilderness of Midian, where a fugitive prince became an ordinary shepherd.
Moses was tending the flock of his father-in-law Jethro. 40 years, a shepherd.
He had married Zipporah, built a family, a quiet, ordinary life, far from Egypt.
He led the flock to the far side of the wilderness to Porban, toward Horeb. He came to Horeb, the mountain of God, an ordinary day, an extraordinary destination. There the angel of the Elohard appeared to him, in flames of fire, from within a bush.
The bush was on fire, but it did not burn up. Moses said, "I must see this."
Moses, Moses, here I am.
Take off your sandals. The ground you stand on is holy. Moses obeyed instantly.
I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Moses hid his face, afraid to look.
I have seen the misery of my people. I have heard them crying out.
I have come down to rescue them and bring them to a good land.
Go. I am sending you to Pharaoh. Bring my people out of Egypt.
Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? Moses asked honestly, genuinely doubting. I will be with you, God said. Presence promised. Not qualifications required. What is his name? Moses asked. What shall I tell them?
I am who I am. What if they do not believe me or listen to my voice?
Throw it on the ground, God said. The staff became a snake instantly.
The audio features a voice speaking, likely a voiceover given the cinematic.
Put your hand inside your cloak. His hand became leprous, white as snow.
He put his hand back fired, and it was restored, healthy as the rest.
Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent. I am slow of speech and tongue. Who gave human beings their mouths? Is it not I, the Lord? Pardon your servant, Lord. Please send someone else.
His final, honest refusal.
The Elohard's anger burned against Moses, but he still provided pie. Aaron will speak.
He will speak for you and be your mouth. He is already coming, as if he were your mouth. Take this staff. With it you will perform the signs. An ordinary tool, sanctified.
The fire settled. Moses stood transformed. Ordinary no longer, though he still felt it.
Moses walked down the mountain. Everything the same. Everything completely different.
Moses returned to Jethro. Let me go back to my own people in Egypt.
Go, and I wish you well, and Jethro said. A father's blessing given freely. Moses told Zipporah everything. She listened, and she chose to walk beside him. Perform before Pharaoh all the wonders I have given you the power to do.
But I will harden his heart, so that he will not let the people go. Israel is my firstborn son. Let my son go, so he may worship me.
At a lodging place, the Elohard met Moses and was about to kill him.
We are almost there, Father. The ancestors are waiting. Your light guides the way, child. I am ready.
Moses walked on. A hard lesson learned. Complete obedience were Penrid, not partial compliance. The Elohard sent Aaron to meet Moses in the wilderness. The promise was already unfolding. Moses went to meet him at the mountain of God, the place where it began.
Aaron met him at the mountain of God and kissed him.
Brothers, reunited.
Moses told him everything the Lord had sent him to say.
The full mission. They set out for Egypt.
An ordinary shepherd's family, sent on an impossible mission.
40 years of exile ending, the staff of God in his hand. Toward Egypt, Moses walked in the golden light Tekli, transformed from shepherd to deliverer. The bush stood ordinary again, but the ground remained forever holy. The mountain of God rests under the stars, silent witness to a life-changing encounter. The wilderness in golden light, where an ordinary shepherd became an extraordinary deliverer. Sunset on the camp. A family had left everything familiar for an impossible mission. First lesson rate. God often appears in ordinary places doing ordinary tasks. Second lesson. Some ground becomes holy simply because God is present there. Third lesson. True encounter with God produces reverence, not casual familiarity.
Who am I that I should go? I am slow of speech.
Fourth lesson. God patiently answers our doubts, though he does not remove the call. Fifth lesson. Lord. God uses what is already in our hands for his purposes. Sixth lesson. Tave. Our weaknesses do not disqualify us. God's power fills the gap. Seventh lesson. Sight. God often provides partners to help carry what we cannot alone. Eighth lesson. Folk. God takes covenant obedience seriously. Partial compliance is not enough. Ninth lesson. God often restores relationships to prepare us for his mission.
I am who I am. 10th lesson. God's identity is not dependent on us. He simply is. The wilderness of Midian, where 40 years of preparation preceded 40 years of leadership.
The bush in golden light, where an ordinary plant became an extraordinary sign. Sunrise on the mountain of God. Every morning, a reminder of holy ground. The camp where Moses lived for 40 years. Ordinary, content, until it wasn't.
Under the stars, the ground remembers, where God first spoke his eternal name.
At 80 years old, Moses discovered God was not finished with him yet.
Archaeology places Horeb in the Sinai region. This story happened in a real place.
Sunset on the ancient site. Every evening twos, a reminder that God still calls the unlikely. Under the stars, the desert remembers, where obedience, complete and total, was required. Family support matters. Jethro's blessing sent Moses forward with peace, not doubt.
The bush that would not burn up. A metaphor for a God who does not consume.
The mountain in golden light, where a shepherd's life was forever reoriented. The wells where it all began. A fugitive finding refuge, years before his true calling. Every dawn over this ground remembers the day fear became faithful obedience.
Under the stars, the mountain rests, forever holding the memory of a divine encounter.
God chose a bush, not a palace, not a temple, an ordinary desert bush.
One conversation, one burning bush, one reluctant shepherd, a nation's destiny changed.
Every generation has its wilderness season. Preparation, though it feels like waiting. The fire that burned but did not consumed. A picture of God's holy, unchanging presence. This ordinary mountain became the mountain of God because of who spoke here.
Sunrise on the camp. Every morning Tolo, a reminder that ordinary seasons prepare us.
Moses left that mountain a different man. No encounter with God leaves us unchanged. Under the stars, the mountain still stands, still holy, still remembered. Moses walked toward Egypt in golden light, his true purpose finally in motion.
Sunrise on the sacred ground. Every morning, a fresh call to remove our sandals.
Every dawn over this mountain confirms it. God still calls unlikely people to purpose.
The camp where a shepherd's ordinary life became preparation for eternal significance.
One ordinary afternoon, one extraordinary encounter. Everything about Moses' life changed.
Sunset on the mountain of God. Every evening teeneth, proof that ordinary shepherds can become deliverers. Under the stars, a family walked together toward an uncertain but purposeful future.
This bush still burns in memory. The most important conversation ever recorded.
Moses on the mountain in golden light. The reluctant shepherd, forever remembered.
The wells in golden light, where 40 years of ordinary preparation once began.
Under the stars, the bush rests, forever holding the memory of a burning flame. Midday on the mountain, the exact hour a shepherd's world was completely reoriented.
Jethro released his son-in-law with a blessing. Sometimes support means letting go.
The dawn light returns here every morning, where holy ground was first declared. Evening on the mountain, where an 80-year-old man found the courage to obey.
Sunrise on the wilderness. Every morning, a reminder that God prepares us in silence.
A shepherd, a bush, a voice, a calling. God still speaks to the ordinary. The bush burned once, but the memory of it has never stopped burning.
Every generation has its own mountain of God. Every generation needs its own encounter. Sunset on the camp. Every evening, a reminder that our ordinary seasons matter.
The bush in golden light, where the story began, where courage was born.
Every dawn over this mountain confirms it. God still calls the ordinary to extraordinary purpose.
40 years of tending sheep. Every single day, Fabul, quiet preparation for the greatest calling.
Sunrise on the sacred ground. Every morning, an invitation to holy encounter. Golden light rests on holy ground, where the great I Am first spoke his name. This camp saw an ordinary man become the most significant leader in Israel's history.
Under the stars' deck, 3,000 years later, the bush still burns in memory.
Moses at sunset, the reluctant shepherd whose obedience freed an entire nation. The wilderness in golden light, still teaching every generation about faithful preparation.
Sunset on the sacred ground. Every evening cluent, proof that God still calls the reluctant. Midday on the mountain. The exact hour a nation's future was quietly decided.
Moses at dawn, the least likely candidate, chosen for the most significant mission.
The bush in morning light, still here in memory, still testifying, still teaching us.
The mountain in morning light. Silent testimony to God's power over human reluctance. The wilderness in final sunrise light, where 40 years of silence prepared everything. The camp in final sunrise light, where a family's blessing sent a deliverer forward. A burning bush, a humbled shepherd, a holy name. God's calling changes everything.